Oh, you think you get all the girls? You think you're so cute? Sometimes I just wanna get high, not pick up my phone, not be concerned with the bullshit that's going on. Get my paper long, stack it all up with my bad bitch who could clear the bone. Maybe hit the booth and make a song. Make sure my money hit the roof before I'm gone. One touch, the roof is in the trunk. No blunts, I'm only rolling papers when I puff. The sky's the limit, it's time to get it. Multiplying them digits while supplying that real shit. Don't get dismissed, lil nigga.
I want
you do what you can. That's why I ride around, feeling like a man. If you feel the same,
then you understand. They get mad, but I still do what I want. You do what you can. That's why I ride around, feeling like a man. If you feel the way, then you understand. They get mad, but I still do what I want.
All non-smokers, please leave the flight. Those not in possession of bomb weed are in violation of code 420 and will be removed immediately. Non-compliance with the rules is not accepted, and violators will be punished. Thank you, niggas.
Thank you, niggas. Yo, chat. We overly back. Overly back. Sorry, YouTube. Y'all not hearing this. Welcome back. Let me go live on TikTok. Let's get it. I'm ready.
SIT, you can hear the big gun. SIT, you can hear the big gun. I love nigga with this. I was like,
I can't cuss.
I got her man sheets. I fuck on the fleet.
Whoa, whoa.
I told her I'm deep. I can't go to sleep. I can't see disease. I'm popping the vein. It's Danny on me.
Yeah. So you chat, y'all miss me or what? Y'all miss me or what? Jump on the coupe. Been going on the spree. I've been gone for weeks. I'm on pack. I'm on S game out. I need an S game free. Yeah.
I got an S game house. She gonna ride on the pub. She gonna suck me in.
I should stop some of the words.
Got an SPJ.
And on TikTok now. I'm trying to get rich. 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 Oh, I was muted like. I was muted though. Yo, chat. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Long time no see, my brother, my friend. How are you, my friend? You look so good. Give me a kiss. Oh, you look so good, my friend. My friend. Yo. I know it's been mad like sporadic. But bro, we back! We back! Chat, yo, I miss y'all niggas. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like you might have to turn me down today. Like, I don't care. Bro, it's been like sporadic. I ain't seen y'all boys in forever, and now we back. I ain't gonna lie. I had to like step away from like the game and everything that I love, just so I can like recalibrate. Y'all ever have to do that? Welcome players, welcome players. Y'all ever have to do that? Sometimes you just gotta step away, live a little bit, and come back. And I ain't gonna lie, I learned a lot. But I miss y'all boys. That's one thing I learned. I was like, yo, I really like streaming though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like streaming, like, for real, for real. Let me turn this down a little bit. Hey, if I'm too loud, y'all let me know. Like, all right. So what we doing, bro? There's so much I missed. I miss so much. I miss Streamer University. I missed DreamCon. I missed all the drama, bro. I missed so much. So like, I don't know if I should. How do I get rid of? Yeah, I don't want to see that. How do I I wish there was like a way I could like catch up on everything at once, like Discord. Oh, I have a Discord, exclamation point player, exclamation point Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it's not available on TikTok, so you're gonna have to come to Twitch. But yeah, bro. So yeah, I missed a lot of stuff. I gotta not curse. I gotta keep it PG for the, you know what I'm saying, the young players. I ain't gonna lie though, like, I think I learned a lot from watching other streamers at Streamer University, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, one thing that I did watch while I was away was that entertainment. I was going to curse right there, but I didn't. And basically, like, you know, everybody's talked about it. You know, I'm late, but like, if you were a small streamer and you went there and you didn't capitalize, which I saw a lot of people of, and there's low-key a couple streamers I could send shots at that low-key did not capitalize by going there. But yeah, I was just watching it and I was like, low-key, I'm glad that I didn't go, because one, look at that counter right there. Ain't really much to, you know what I'm saying? But also, it's like, if you're going to be a streamer and you're like a small streamer, then you need clips. And like, if you're like gonna work OD, and that's cool, but if you're not like willing to, like, after the stream is over, you know what I'm saying, like, after the stream is over, you gotta go make your own clips as a small stream. That's the one thing I learned. So I was like, dang, imagine, you know, like DDG, you got like Kai, you got all these other people that are just streaming and they're actively getting clips in though, you know. So it's like they got two hands, it's like 4 hands at once, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like, if you're a small streamer that went there, you gotta stream, and then after the stream is over, then you gotta go grind it out and get your clips. So I was like, thank goodness I did not go, because I would have been cooked. I would have tried to got some clips and I would just look goofy. But anyways, we try to get to the next one. We ain't worried about the old one. We trying to get to the next one. Chad, am I right or right? What are we talking about? What? Yes. Talk. What else? Yes. Yes. I'ma come through with Jay Lenny. She call me pull him now Winnie. What else? I pray that you will never know. Alright. So look. We got some reacts on the way. I gotta connect the soundboard right now. And then we'll get it started. We'll get on. We'll get it blah blah blah. But how y'all going? Like, how y'all bro, I swear I have a newfound appreciation for streaming. Like, I can't lie. I don't know how to explain it too. Like, I have a whole new like respect for it. I don't know what happened. Like, I dead don't know what happened. He said, you right? Hell yeah. I can't say the N-word either, chat. She friends with my sister. Like, I'm trying to, yeah, but, okay. What else? These niggas, these people, these brothers, these people. Alright, let's just get it going, bro. I ain't finna stall no more. Like, bro, let's get it. Chat, we gotta do a haircut segment tomorrow. I need a haircut. I am the place to be. I pray that you will never know. Alright, so let's go to... How do I navigate this doohickey? Screen share. How do I navigate this doohickey, chat? Alright, boom. Gra. Y'all can see that. Alright. So, alright, hold on. Alright, so hold up. Let me... Cool, just wait. Alright, hold on. Oh, I'm so cold. I'm so nice. Ooh. Talk about tech savvy. What? And I'm tall, sort of. Shh. All right, so what are we doing? So I got a couple tabs open, you know, this playlist don't even jack it, okay? I'm gonna try to, all right. So look, I said we missed a lot of stuff. If you are new to the chat, go ahead and put !player if you're in Twitch, and just join the Discord. Join the Discord. The message is join the Discord. The Discord is out there if you find it. It's not hard to find. Look. So you can send me videos to react to, because I need videos to react to. I need to know, because what I think is cool, y'all be like, ugh, what are we talking about, you know? So I found a couple tabs, and we just gonna go get through it, all right? So let's start with this. Should we start with this? Young Thug. Should we start with... Let's just start with this. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. Let's watch this first. Let's watch this first. Let's wake people up, chat. Let's wake them up.
Remember that being alone and feeling lonely don't have to be synonymous.
Sometimes I go days without seeing anyone. What the fuck are they all doing?
Hold on, that wasn't me.
They're out there living their lives, just like you.
So if they say a curse word in a video I'm watching, is that on me? Would that come back on me? Pause. Would that come back on me? Somebody help me. Somebody.
Just seems so easy for everybody else.
Because I don't want to get in trouble.
I feel like I have more bad ones than good.
It's all about balance. You mentioned you were trying to get out there more.
Yeah. I feel like maybe it's helping.
All right, try to guess where the plot is going. I think the person that is on the phone is a killer. Can I say that word? He's a killer. He's trying to get rid of her. And it's on some Sauce type games where he's like a sick, twisted fellow and he enjoys hearing his victims on the phone while he kills them.
With my OCD a bit. Just doing more.
I could be wrong though. I don't know what.
Only you know what to do.
Oh.
Follow your mind's eye.
What is...
Your time limit has been reached. To continue, please press 1 and enter your credit card information.
Is that hair? Bro, that looks like hair. But now it looks like a string for real. Like, what?
When prompted.
Eye string. Doesn't she look like, Teen Wolf lady? What's her name? Katie, I think. I don't know. Hey! So she just got a string growing out of her eye. Yeah, I'm going to the eye doctor. Like, what is going on here? Ugh. Chat, what y'all doing? I ain't gonna lie. This is what I'm doing. if I cut it and it keeps growing back, because Loki, she cut it and it grew back kind of fast. I might make that into like a dread. I might start like marketing that. I ain't gonna count like, y'all look, look at my eye. Oh, bro, what? I'm on TikTok every day until I'm on the news. Are you crazy? Am I in the way? Should I move? Mind's eye.
Mind's eye.
Why are you repeating after me? I just said that. Let me go over here. Whee! Okay. What is going on? This is like...
And thank you for choosing mental wellness. We value your time and your service. One of our patient concierges will be right with you.
This is like Black Mirror vibes.
Hello?
Hello, Veronica. My name is May. How can I support you?
Hi, I need to speak to the last concierge from earlier today.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
What do you mean that's not possible?
We speak with you on a randomized basis, so you never get the same concierge twice.
I'm paying for the service and I can't even talk to the same person.
I have your file here.
That's what happens.
Concern is, and I can assist you.
Oh,
No, you can't.
Sorry,
help me.
y'all.
I need to talk to the person from before. It's something that they said.
I'm happy to go through the file.
Listen, there's something going on with me. I don't really know how to explain it, but I need you to transfer me. I won't tell anyone that you helped me. I just, please, I just need you to fucking
Want me to
transfer.
transfer you to the authorities?
oh,
No.
oh. Why are we in sync? Why is she my twin? Hold on. Bay? This is Black Mirror coded. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Yeah, let's just get all of them. Yeah. She's kind of like... Sandra Bullock. That's who she looks like, right? Okay. All right. Okay, she going crazy. I'm liking this play, actually. Yes. Actually, yes. I'm liking this. Hold on. My soundboard is cooked right now. I don't know why it's not playing. IRL soundboard is crazy. Hold on, twin. Oh, it didn't grow no more. That's good. Who ball this here? She a tall one. She's more than an object, fellas. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. Like, I could climb trees though. Like, come on, bro. Why is she stalking her? What? See, I'm lost. What made, like, okay, now I'm lost. Oh, is she the one on the poster that she was seeing on traffic? Cause why are you just going after a random person? Oh, it is her. See? Putting stuff together, chat. So she found her coincidentally. And she's checking her trash. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. What happened? That just made me sick. That just made me sick. Oh my days. That's creepy. That's actually kind of really creepy. What the heck? What the heck? So she threw away a bag full of those eye things. Why? And is it hers specifically? Because that's creepy. That is creepy, bro. If it's her specifically, that's creepy. Because how are you obtaining these? This is weird.
I'm sorry. Your last form of payment has been declined. Please enter it.
I'm just confused. What is it? Because is it a subscription? Like, why is she paying? What is she paying for? Stop! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. She pulling out weave and dreadlocks. What is going on, bro? This is ridiculous. She pulling out 4C weave. What is this? That can't be healthy. I'm just gonna have to say it. There's no way this is healthy. Oh, she got it out. Ooh. There's no more? Oh. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I'm sorry, but what? That is crazy. See, that is crazy. That's a good show. That was a good show. I like that. I like those. See, I like that first beginning one. Let's not get straight into it. Let's wake people up. Let's watch other stuff. You know? I'm low-key hungry, but and I got food downstairs, so I'm just gonna try to find a way to stall so I can go get it. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. What's going on Twitter? You know? We love Twitter here. We still call it Twitter. I know. I know. It's just, you know, it's like, why would I call it X? What the fuck is on my timeline? Why is this the first thing I'm seeing? Chat, I'm not in this group chat. Hold on. Oh, nigga, move. I am not in this group chat. Why am I seeing insufferable women as the first thing? Like, the first thing? Dang. And why they all do body like that? Damn. He said, I'm so confused. Nah, y'all have to see it. Cause what? Put shades on him. Tough. Imagine Bruce. What the heck? I don't know what's going on. Let's go through this. All right, Kai confirms he'll be directing the music video of Drake's song "Somebody Loves Me" after calling the Nokia one trash. Oh, that's dope. I didn't even read like that. I just kind of like skimmed past it. Oh, this is dope. Yeah. Whoa. What is going on with this dude? What is this? Alright. But that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I know Kai directed a Boogie music video, right? So he could be. What if Kai's like the next director type vibe? You know, Kai got invited to the Grammys. He's gonna be on the shop. Whenever Kai goes live, it's just gonna be Kai. Just gotta see what's going on. He'll be streaming at the BT. All right, bet. Eats for first full day at Taco Bell. His head look big. Don't his head look kind of big for his body? That's dope. Taco Bell sponsorship. Nice. Top 5 cut his ankle monitor and did the race.
Straight out. He's done? You think so? Don't do it. Don't do it. No. I don't know how to do this. You can't cut it with this. Don't let her do it. You're cutting it. Don't cut it.
Bro. Bro, is he crazy?
How do you cut this? Cut that shit. Show this. Cut it. No more ankle, nigga. Cut it.
Whoa. That was not me. Okay. How is he relevant again? Is he relevant just because Drake got him out of jail? Like, does he rap? No, like, no funny. Like, I don't know what he do. Has lit up all the gifts. What does that mean, bro? Oh, it's dope. That's dope. Rich and Mary, wow. We still talk about Rich and Mary. Okay. It's not really too much news, huh? Okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care. All right. I like more videos, I guess. I guess that's just the worst.
What up, y'all? Rap critic
Do we watch this? The worst lyrics I've ever heard this month.
here, and this was a Kofi. Another worst lyrics. Kofi user, man, and patrons will get to see it for to lock in your man.
Lock in.
Okay, let's get started.
All these screws are tightly screwed. We take flight like we just flew.
We take flight as if we just got done flying. Great songwriting, guys. Real fucking compelling. Like, wow, the amount of times I've come across someone just saying the same thing twice or just comparing a thing to itself. Like there's got to be a name for this particular level of laziness.
Never let me slip, 'cause if I slip, then I'm slipping. On my late night thirsty, 'cause it was late night and I was thirsty.
We got to start cataloging this shit.
I call her big booty because she got a big booty. Is that not brilliant? Come on. I call her big booty. That's insane writing.
Like a worst lyrics hall of shame for least amount of creative effort.
I'm just
If
saying.
there's any more dumb lyrics like this you can think of, put them in the comments, because I got to know just how many times people have been trying to...
Here, let's read the comments. She got... Caught. I got caught. She got a big booty, so I call it big booty. That's actually a really nice bar. Because big booty, like, that's her name. Yeah, that's big booty. Like, what? Come on. I met a bad. She was a bad. I go so hard. They call me go so hard. Little Wave, bro. What? He said, I get a pretty sure. Also, if I slip, I'm slipping. If I feel like, okay. I don't know. Chat, I feel like I don't know what to react to. Yeah, McDonald's at Barcelona airport today. Nice. You love him some McDonald's, huh? He just made me laugh, bro. Like what? Art Raiders. Why is Cardi dating Gio when he could be dating a? Yay spotted recording. Oh, nice. Friendship ended with Pusha T. Now, Russian fake lesbian duo Tati now and then. Now and then. What the heck? Chat, what the heck? She just looks like a whole different person. Like lip filler, cheek filler, like dang. He should go give in to Cazaria, always wanting three. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm starving. I'm about to put something on, and I'll be right back, though. What should I put on? Let's go through live stream, fam. What's going on through here? I need like a Reddit with like live streams for stuff. No cursing in my house, okay, buddy? All right, buddy. No cursing in my house. Huh. Seeing a lot of kick. Anyways, I don't really care. Let's watch this. No, not that. Let's watch this. I'm gonna go warm this food. I'll be right back, bro.
Coming out of jail, there's been a
I'll be right back, bro.
downfall of fan support for Young
I can
Thug.
still hear it.
It's really weird to me because
Should
Young
I?
Thug has always been.
Yo.
One of the more loved guys in rap over the last like decade now, but especially when he was behind bars. I thought that he was going to come home and be one of the most beloved rappers in the game, and everyone was going to be super excited to see what Young Thug's doing next, but that's just not the case. He's really suffered from a lack of interest, but not just a lack of interest, really just losing love from the fans as well. Everything that he's been involved in since coming home has either disappointed, didn't live up to expectations, or has turned a lot of the masses against him. I made a video maybe a few weeks ago now speaking on his next album, UI Scooty, and how there was no interest for it. Nobody really cared about UI Scooty and what was going to be on it, who was the features and all. It was about to come out that week, and it was not the talk of the town. It was not headline news. And he even dropped a rollout single with Future, and yeah, that song did some numbers, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't taking over the rap landscape. And Young Thug ended up pushing his album back, and it felt like nobody really cared. Typically, when somebody like a Young Thug pushes an album back, you got the whole internet, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was looking forward to this. Dang, man, why can't we ever have anything? But you didn't see that reaction because more people than not actually didn't even know, but a lot of people just didn't care. And what's really going on here is I feel like there's a culture shift that's kind of happening in the background. Well, not necessarily the background, but maybe just not something that everyone's paying attention to. And Young Thug is the prime example of this shift happening in real time. What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Paying. Today I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Young Thug and how he's kind of suffering from a culture shift in rap right now. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. It helps me out a ton. What really made me make this video is the overwhelmingly negative response that Young Thug got when he tweeted at Kid Cudi. Now recently Kid Cudi testified against that walking, living, breathing demon that is Diddy. And Young Thug tweeted, "Damn, Cudi really a rat," or "Damn, Cudi a rat," something of that sort. And this was one of the stupidest tweets that you could really make about this situation, because Kid Cudi is not a street guy. He's not a gangbanger. He never claimed to be a tough guy in the streets doing all this crazy stuff. So to expect him to go up there on the stand and hold it down for Diddy doesn't make any sense, especially because the only reason he's up there is because he's possibly a victim of Diddy and his crazy crimes that he's been committing for the last 30-something years. And not only that, but Kid Cudi is a civilian who was subpoenaed. So you expected him to go up there and I don't recall, or
I don't recall.
maybe even risk going to jail on his own, maybe even risking perjuring himself to hold it down for Diddy. He was supposed to risk his own freedom for Diddy, according to Young Thug's logic. That makes no sense. It's dumb. And so rightfully, the entire internet was killing Young Thug. And it's just so crazy because this is the exact type of comment that really holds us back as a community, if you get what I'm saying. But also, Young Thug has had nothing to say about this whole situation, the Diddy situation. mention all the crimes, the abuse, the assaults. He's had nothing to say about the domestic violence we literally saw on camera. Nothing. He's been silent. Crickets. But as soon as society kind of comes together to maybe try and get some justice against this heathen, now he has something to say about Kid Cudi. And this is the exact type of statement that really makes people kind of hate street dudes, especially when they try to bully and enforce their own rules and regulations against people who don't really live that lifestyle. It's super annoying, and even more than being annoying, it's lame. That led to people, and I'll admit, even myself, to see Thug as lame, at least in that instance, because you had nothing to say about anything else. And this was not a unique experience, as people collectively kind of started to turn on Young Thug. And it's just so crazy to me because for so long, he's been beloved by the fans. Now, in the beginning of his career, he was extremely hated. Probably the most hated rapper in the game from like 2014 to 2015. Those early years in his career, specifically online, like he was pretty much a joke in those early Rich Gang years. But after he, kind of took his licks and was joked on a whole bunch, he moved to being celebrated, kind of like he had to take his hazing in order to get his respect, similar to like a freshman when they join a fraternity. But the tides seem to be changing once again, and Young Thug, this time it isn't his queer baiting antics that get him this hate. It's not him, doing those things that he knew would incite hate because of the homophobia that's layered in rap. This time, it's the dislike and disdain for the streets and its rules and regulations that are the culprit of this new wave of hate. In the history of rap, there hasn't been much that's been considered cooler than being a street rapper. Like, of all the types of rappers that there are, you got your conscious rapper, battle rap, your family friendly pop rapper, all of those, it doesn't matter. The coolest one was always the street rapper, or at least that was the one that kind of everyone wanted to be, in a sense. Rap as a genre originated from telling stories of the struggle and coming from the bottom and overcoming that stuff. And throughout history, there's been no story that's more intriguing than the hard-bodied tough guy from the streets. Like, that is just the truth. It's so revered. It's become such a revered position in rap that oftentimes we see people acting like they're like that when they've never been like that in their life. Acting like they're a street dude when they didn't come from that. That's actually a very common thing to do.
Takashi.
Be a street rapper and try to challenge him and see, did he experience this? Has he gone through that? Has he?
The baby. They will show you for real. I ain't gonna count.
He done this. I don't know if we can call him a street rapper. Like, there are prerequisites that you have to hit in order to be considered this thing, because it's just held in such a high regard. But at this point, I don't know if that's really the case. Like, in the past, there really wasn't a higher badge of honor in rap than being a street dude that everyone kind of respected as like that.
So are street dudes getting like eviscerated? Is that what's happening?
But I don't really know if that's where we are in 2025.
Are they cook?
Of course, it's still incentivized to be, at least from the struggle, but there has been a recent shift in sentiment. There was at least a certain level of respect from the fans for the streets and street code, even if the fans themselves weren't from that. However, there's been a recent change in the feeling amongst fans and how they feel about rappers and street rappers and their politics entering the music. For some, it might be easy to point to the growth of hip-hop in popularity and the increase in consumers as the reason why, specifically white suburban fans, but I think that that's lazy and really not the case. White suburban fans have existed in rap since it really became a mainstream genre in like the late...
You said, can I grab your hair while I do it deviously? Yeah, sure.
80s, early 90s, including but not limited to the explosion of gangster rap. People like to look at somebody like Kendrick Lamar and kind of roast him for, making that pro-black music, that, culture music, all.
Yes, yeah, come on, do it. Come on and do it, bro. I'm waiting for you, come on. All that tough talk for what? Come on, come grab it. Heck.
All that stuff, but when you go to his shows, there's a lot of you know, non-black people there, but that's always been the case for the top guys in rap. That's just
Right.
kind of what the fan base looks like. Like, people like to point out DMX in that like 1999 Woodstock performance as one of the greatest, you know, rap shows ever. Look at how crazy the crowd was going. Everyone was just hanging on to every last word that DMX said, but look at that crowd, bro. Like, I mean, I know it was a festival, so it's not like all those people were there just solely for DMX, but
That's crazy.
yeah, look at that crowd. Like, this has always been a
That's an
thing.
insane
And
crowd.
honestly, if we're talking about nowadays, those fans might care about the street stuff even more than we do at this point. Like, you know, all the people that are in that Chiracology Reddit page. Look at Trap Lord Ross and his videos.
That's a fact though. But I think that's sort of like, I do see it as a racist thing where it's like they look at us like we're some zoo animals and they're just kind of like entertained, like just watching everything we're doing. You know, they're just kind of like documenting it. You know how like you see those people at Animal Planet, they be documenting what these people are doing, just like watching them. That's like how they view us, bro. It's so weird. It's like so weird. But, you know, that comes with it, you know, with something that is on the level of hip hop, you know? You just have nerds. You just have nerds that are so into it, and it makes sense, and it's cool. You need people like this because these are the people that actually might even challenge a rapper, you know, by saying, you know, you don't care, you fell off, because they care so much and they can see the drop off. So I mean, you need these type of people, but it is hilarious that oftentimes behind the Reddit posts in like Cardi subs, they look just like this. Bro, and not to hate on Trapper because he's, you know, he's goated, but usually this is what's behind a Twitter user that's defending Cardi, that's saying you're lame, you know, saying all that stuff, calling you unk. This is the person right here. You know, but shout out to Trap Lord Ross.
How big his channel is and how much money he makes and how many people watch his stuff. So honestly, it's not white people that made kind of some of this respect for street rappers go away. The slide for care about like street stuff in rap has really happened over the last few years or so, but what really solidified this for me was Gunna's situation, because when Gunna came home after taking that plea deal, I expected him to still have a successful music career. Like, I knew that we moved at least on from that type of thing that would have happened maybe 30 years ago in rap, where he would have came home and people really probably wouldn't have rocked with his music, but I knew that he would come home and still have success in his music career. I just didn't expect so many people to be so solidly on his side in the situation. Like, when talking about Young Thug and Gunna and YSL, there were so many people that were like heels in the sand on Gunna's side, even when they were having discussions.
I did not see that when he first got out. I ain't gonna lie.
About like the street stuff and what Gunna should have done and was it wrong and all this. Like, I just didn't expect that. You know, a lot of people were saying things like, hey, Gunna didn't snitch on me, he ain't tell on me, which is the kind of attitude I expected, because we're music fans. At the end of the day, I'm a music fan. I don't care about what Gunna's doing in the streets. What he's doing is irrelevant to me, because if he wasn't a musician, I wouldn't care about him. Simple as that. So that wasn't that shocking.
And that's low-key like a bad point, because if you care about these people and you want to hear music, you want them to stay out of the streets so they can deliver music forever. You know, not forever, but, you know, for a long time. So you saying you don't care about what they're doing in the streets, I don't believe that. I think everybody cares about the artist. That's why the whole notion of separate the art from the artist even became a thing, is because people actually care about the artist so much so that they don't want them to be going through, to be in the streets, to be doing this. So that's just like, that's my opinion. That's why so many people feel a way about, you know, R. Kelly. And like, you know, it's like that though, you know.
But when like
some people care, bro.
Out of like Gunna, like on yachts with a whole bunch of women in Miami, and you know his songs playing, and his song is one of the hottest of the summer that year. People were leaving comments like, y'all really expected this man to sit in jail instead of being on a yacht in Miami with BBL demons while his song is one of the hottest of the summer? That's what you wanted him to do? You would rather him be in jail right now. And I think that Gunna was able to do this and have so much success because, for one, he's a great musician, so people were listening to his music and enjoying his music. But also, I think a lot of people, while yes, acknowledging that Gunna was from the streets, they realized that he didn't really have that type of reputation that Young Thug had. Like, he was a part of YSL, yes, but most people didn't think that Gunna was out there, you know, putting hits on people, hitting them upside the head with bottles, doing.
I thought he was just a regular street dude, whatever that meant, you know. But I did think he was living his life for real. I didn't think he was rapping fake stuff at first.
All that crazy stuff that was being alleged. So they were kind of like, yeah, he was in the crew, but like he wasn't on that type of timing. When Gunna first came home and he was going back and forth with Lil Baby, and a lot of people were taking Gunna's side, probably most fans, at least at that point, I was a bit surprised, but I wasn't like shell-shocked. I rationalized it in my head by saying, okay, Gunna and Lil Baby are going back and forth. Gunna's always been a fan favorite. Like, even though everyone kind of liked Gunna and Lil Baby, like, everyone just kind of loved Gunna. Like, there weren't a lot of Gunna favorites. And also, Gunna at that time was dropping hot music. You know, A Gift and a Curse was about to come out, or it either did come out. And, you know, people were just really rocking with Gunna's music. While on the other hand, Lil Baby was kind of on the downfall. Like, people weren't really listening to his music like that. He wasn't super beloved. And at that time, we were, like, at, like, peak Lil Baby hate train levels on the internet. So I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense that fans would be taking Gunna's side. His music's just way.
Chat, I want a hate train so bad. Bro, I want a Twitter hate train so bad. Every time I post it's just hate, bro, I'll love it. Bro, hate comments be so funny because even if they don't hit, that's so funny too because you tried and you failed. But it's just so entertaining. I don't know what it is. I want a hate train on me so bad. Pause.
Better right now.
You set me up.
Thug,
you set me up.
But Lil Baby's not in that like super hot position that he once was in. But when Young Thug comes home, it's gonna be kind of different. When Young Thug comes home and he's not rocking with Gunna and he's telling the fans he's not rocking with Gunna, I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, you know, at that point, fans are probably going to start to turn on Gunna. Things are going to change a little bit for the worse when it comes to Gunna's situation because Young Thug's one of the most beloved rappers of this generation. And also, he kind of made Gunna in a way. Like, there is no Gunna without Young Thug, like, directly. It's not even like, oh, he just influenced him, Gunna. Like, no, literally, Young Thug brought Gunna and presented him to the rap world. So there is no Gunna without Young Thug. And I'm thinking all of this in my mind. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be cool for when Young Thug's in jail. But when he comes home, I don't know. It might be rough for Gunna. But that isn't the case at all. When Thug came home and immediately made it be known that he didn't mess with Gunna, mostly through tweets, fans weren't really behind it.
I don't know you, my guy.
He needed Gunna more than Gunna needed him, which is funny considering the circumstances of the beginning of Gunna's career. People took Gunna's side.
I don't know about that
because of his good music, yes, but also because they liked the narrative that he had. He was now the underdog fighting against the rap machine that punishes people for telling and disqualifies them from the music game while really having nothing to do with the music. What you do in the courtroom doesn't have anything to do with what you can do musically and whether your music is hot or not. And fans were sick.
Yeah, that's just. I think the problem is, and he's right. He said it earlier. Is well, yes. Middle America, white suburbia, and the fact that hip hop has become this commodity, that everybody got their eyes on it. It's lucrative. They're trying to wring out the originality of where it came from, and where it came from is, of course, you're uplifting people, but also you have a bunch of street people that have been telling their stories about whipping it up, you know what I'm saying? And some of those unspoken rules came into the hip hop world. Hence, like, one unspoken rule in hip hop: you always gotta write your stuff if you're a rapper. That's unspoken. Nobody's out here saying it as soon as you start rapping. There's no rule one. No, it's an unspoken rule. Another unspoken rule is don't snitch. And that's more broad because we've heard about Don't Snitch since we were kids. Like I've been heard about this, and I don't know if it came from rap, but I know it definitely came from like street brothers telling each other, "Hey, don't snitch," you know. So I think that I think that yeah, it's getting to the point where they're trying to gentrify hip hop. Now, am I okay with it? I personally, it depends. Like, of course, the circumstances get sticky where it's like you kind of look dumb if you don't tell, or you know. But it also depends because I think people now are able to like or are trying to just like categorize it more and be like, all right, so if you're a rapper, that means you're a rapper. That means that does not mean you're a street artist. But if you're a street artist that is a rapper, you should not snitch. I think that's basically where people are landed is like that rule should stay, but only if it's like pertaining to a person. Like you don't expect like imagine Russ, the rapper Russ, curly hair Russ. Something happens to him. You, I don't expect him to be like, oh, I ain't snitching. Facts. He gonna tell somebody, okay? Lil Dicky. Something happens to Dave. That's his name. Lil Dicky. That's his name. Dave. Guess what? He telling somebody. He telling somebody. So I think, and that's cool. I think that's where it should land. Where it's like, if you actually are in the streets and you live that, then don't snitch. But you ain't gonna get no more brownie points from the fans. Like some fans might be like, "Oh, he real for that," but most nowadays, most fans are gonna be like, "All right, well, we'll see it when we see it, brother." So
Of that narrative,
it's really up to what you think is valuable.
pushed on them that they had to respect this and respect that when they just wanted to enjoy the music. And whenever there's a narrative that is going against the grain, people want to be a part of it. When Young Thug made a joke at Gunna's expense when he got that YSL tattoo covered up and said, well, he did say it must come to an end, I honestly thought it was pretty funny. Like, I thought it was a pretty funny joke. I laughed at it. But the reaction that he got online, you would have thought that Young Thug, like, kicked a puppy or something. People came to defend Gunna from all angles. They were screaming from the rooftops.
What?
Young Thug needs to stop mixing the streets with music. And while I guess in this case they seem to be right, it's just very interesting because Young Thug's been doing that since day one. And now all of a sudden, people really don't like it. And for Young Thug himself, this probably has to be a very jarring experience. Like, he probably doesn't know what's going on because in his mind, he was gonna come home with a whole bunch of people excited for Young Thug. Oh my gosh, we can't wait for him to drop music. It's been so long. He's been behind bars and he has this narrative that everyone's behind him and oh my gosh, man, he's been in jail for so long. But also, while he was in jail, people were snitching on him. People started turning on Young Thug. He's thinking in his mind, he's gonna come home to all this support and all this excitement while also being a somewhat like sympathetic figure in the sense that a lot
Don't work like that.
turned on Young Thug, especially when talking about Gunna specifically. For Young Thug, Gunna is a guy that, turned his back on him, at least from his point of view, and Thug directly is responsible for starting Gunna's career. If there was anybody in this situation that Thug could look at and be like, dang, bro, I can't believe you did this to me. I can't believe this is the way you acted. It would probably be Gunna, right? Because Gunna is here because of Young Thug. And so in his mind, all the fans are going to be behind him. They're going to be against Gunna, and they're going to have this kind of collective enemy to rally behind because that's a really good way to get people rallying around you, to have a collective enemy. Look at Donald Trump. That's literally how he's become successful in his political career. If people looked at Thug as the good guy in the scenario, people would have thought his little comments and his little tweets were so funny, but now it comes off as a bitter ex-friend hating to see what the other friend has done successfully without them. I think this role flip happening on Thug is because of the kind of collective fatigue of street stuff that's happening right now. In the past, despite the streets always being hectic in like a completely different world from normal people could still respect that there were some rules and regulations that came with the streets. If you weren't in the streets, stay out of street business and they will keep you out of street business. Don't get the women and children. Don't snitch. Some of the most like basic kind of commandments. But when these started being broken and consistently all over the country, there's been a bit of confusion, and people just are kind of sick of the whole situation. We are seeing women and children get killed. We're seeing street rappers or street dudes telling each other and still trying to keep it street. We're seeing a bunch of confusion and a bunch of just things that aren't really making sense, and people aren't rocking with it anymore, especially when the street dudes are trying to make the civilians, aka Kid Cudi, live by the rules that other street dudes aren't even living by. People are tired of the chaos and senseless violence. There's a reason why Charleston White exists. I know I've spoken on Charleston in the past and said he's a clown and an internet jester, and I still stand by those things, but there's a reason why there are hundreds of thousands of people that follow him. Or
there's a reason why he got a point. I obviously not, he be going extreme over the edge, but sometimes he be spitting. Because, like, honestly, if you really think about it, gangs don't make no sense. Like, especially nowadays. And the original point of the game was to protect the neighborhood or some shit. Or something like that. I don't see no protection going on. So at this point, just cook it. Because gangs are fighting gangs. So it's like... So if you... Like, what's the end goal? You trying to be the top gang? Doesn't that mean everybody's going to want to kill all you guys and be the top gang? Like, it's gonna be a never-ending cycle. Like, I don't get what the point is. I thought the point was to, like, get everybody together. Like, I don't get it.
Think he's funny and think that he's telling the truth while being funny, and it's because they feel the same way that he does about street dudes. Charleston White blew up hating on street guys, hating on rappers, hating on these guys who were gangsters and claimed to be this and that, and he pointed out a lot of their hypocrisies and a lot of things that they say and do that really don't make any sense and how they're just harmful. And whether he's right or wrong, there's no denying that he expresses the sentiment of millions around the country in just specifically how he feels about street rappers and street dudes. Despite Charleston White not being really a good person himself and admitting to some of the nastiest things you've ever heard in your life, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say nasty, or saying some of the worst things you've ever heard, Charleston White is still popular and his videos still blow up to this day because he speaks to a feeling that a lot of people are experiencing. I want this to be clear. Street rappers are still, like, cool. It's not like everyone hates them and doesn't want to listen to their music. They just don't have the pull that they used to. They're not the top of the totem pole when it comes to coolness and public affection. Not saying that the kids wanted to be, you know, gangbangers and kill people and all that stuff, but kids wanted to be 50 Cent. Kids wanted to be Tupac. Kids wanted to be Lil Wayne. Nowadays, street rappers aren't the personification of cool anymore. It's the streamers. It's the content creators. Kids want to be Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. They don't really want to be 21 Savage or Lil Baby. And even if you look at like, the market
that's
of
a good point.
you start to see the rappers kind of want to be the streamers now. You start to see these rappers start to stream, or rappers that have fallen up start to stream. And you got people like, you know, Soulja Boy trying to interact with Soul Illuminati and DDG and all these people, even though, you know.
Soulja Boy been streaming. Let's not do it. Soulja Boy been streaming. He's low-key the first to do it. I ain't gonna count. You can't even hate on Soulja Boy. He been streaming, like actually been streaming. It's actually kind of crazy. He's actually.
No, we're not gonna get into DDG in this video, but streamers are more so the dictators of what's cool right now, especially with the youth. Kai Cenat's word holds more weight than pretty much anyone else. When
Well, because I was gonna say Drake, but it ain't the same like it used to be.
forever, the essentials of coolness have been street rappers. This doesn't mean that Young Thug is gonna fall off and his career's over and every other street rapper
He's too big to fail.
is no longer gonna be successful. This is just me saying that there's a bit of a shift going on here. And some of the stuff that these dudes used to just kind of get away with, and they just used to kind of step on anybody and everybody, it just doesn't happen that way anymore. All Young Thug really needs to do to get back on track is drop some fire music, and people are going to be loving him again. But I think that he is kind of falling victim to a bit of a change in culture, and he just doesn't really realize it yet.
No, he realizes it. He realizes it. Are you crazy? He realizes it. Why do you think he's working with Nine Vicious so tough? Like, he knows, bro. That's why he's doing what he's doing. That's why he was on I Am Music, bro. He knows what's going on. He just needs to find like his stride, and I don't know though.
Upset, not so happy with some of these street dudes, and they're fighting back. And the way that they're fighting back is kind of using Gunna as their vessel.
Gunna?
I don't know. You get what I'm saying, though. But regardless, I still think Young Thug will be able to recover. I think he will be able to drop some good music and get people listening again. I just think that he's finally going through an experience where he's not the cool guy anymore. He's not the guy that everyone's looking to and being like, I mean, you might be right, but we still back in Thug. It's not really the case anymore. There's a shift happening. But regardless, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe.
You got it, big bro. Not gonna lie, W video. IRL soundboard. Nice. Look, he's right. Because it just like the glamour of like a street dude just doesn't hit the same. Mainly because a lot of kids growing up nowadays, because you got to think a lot of kids are the main people that have time to consume music and all this shit, all that stuff, like content and streamers and all that. So it's really a domino effect or a butterfly effect where it stems from technology. Kids are growing up with technology. They're inside. They're not really outside in the streets gang banging. They're not getting in trouble. Like he said, a lot of kids want to be Speed, Kai Cenat. Before, like you will see a lot more people outside. You don't see a lot of people outside anymore. A lot of kids outside anymore. When you used to ride your bike to your friend's house and you all park your bikes at the friend's front porch? I seldomly see it now. Maybe once in a blue moon, I'm like, dang, But like, I think what I was trying to say is, since people are like, technology's taking over, people are more inside nowadays. Kids are just seeing streamers. Yeah, it makes sense for them to be less engaged or less connected with a street rapper, somebody that's outside selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're outside doing stuff. They're on the phone, moving about, gotta go read. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Where a kid that's in his basement playing Fortnite since he was 14 can't relate at all, So I think that's really the problem, is a lot less people can relate. Because I know growing up, and it's like, even the legalization of marijuana, that messes it up. Because whereas like there used to be the stigma with marijuana, where it's like, that's why we used to get higher back then. I ain't gonna lie. Because the danger of getting caught with it just made you feel alive. Now, it's legal everywhere. Like, I can go to a store right now and go pick some up and smoke it on stream, and nothing will ever happen to me. Like, that would just be regular. People like, okay, you're making a big deal out of this, Whereas if I did that, people would be like, you are crazy. So I think, yes, there's a culture shift, but I think it's been happening, and this is just a butterfly effect, and it's, just now hitting another door. It's a domino effect. It's hitting another domino, where it's like the culture shift has hit the rap side, where now people are finally realizing, man, weed is just weed. Like, who cares? You're a drug dealer? Okay, cool. It's like, it's not, that stigma is gone. It's not as scary as it was, so people don't connect. They don't, it's just, I don't know, bro. It all starts with how people grow up, bro, and how they start viewing things. So now they're saying the streamers are the new cool kids, and it's like, maybe, but I also think, like, with something like hip hop, it'll never run out of style, because there's so many legends, and it's young. Like, hip hop is just hit 50 years last year or something. Like, all these other genres been around for a while, and it just hit 50. hip hop is younger than my parents, like that younger than some people's parents. Like actually, it's kind of crazy. So like I think people need to like, you know what I'm saying? Like let's it's good that it's shifting though. It's good. This is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that we look at Young Thug not with the same esteem. Obviously, we want to because he's part of the culture and he's done stuff positively in the music side. But also it's like, you know, we tired of the same stuff. We want new stuff. So I think this is good to push people out of that same mindset and try different stuff. So they're saying how Kendrick and Pusha T just started a war. You guys know what's going on. If you don't, basically, Pusha T was gonna drop an album last year. They said, you can't drop this album with Kendrick Lamar on it because they gonna think he dissing Drake. And Pusha T's like, I'm dropping this. I don't care what you doing. So they're like, we gonna drop you if you drop that. So he's like, all right, cool. So they dropped him. And now he's finally releasing the album. And basically the reason that came to light is what I just said. So let's see what he's got to say about it.
Comes to Kendrick Lamar.
The
biggest turning point
Oh,
in the
oh,
history of hip-hop just
oh,
happened right
oh,
before our own eyes, and things will never be the same because of it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps at this point. All of hip-hop needs to know what's going on with the biggest faces in the genre, because right now, what is becoming more clear as the news that Pusha T revealed to us about UMG, Def Jam, and Drake literally shelving and stopping his album from coming out due to the Kendrick Lamar verse on it is reaching more and more people, is that while we all thought the music industry had major problems already, we really haven't even seen the surface of it yet, because with what we have now seen the biggest label in the industry do, all to try and spare Drake's feelings, is something that is showing that the industry is trying to take away creative freedom from its artists as a whole, all to benefit the bottom line and the guy who has really been pulling the strings despite the victim card he's been deceiving the public with. And now while this whole idea of a label silencing what its artists can do is so bad, and there is so much that we are learning from the impact of this news alone, over everything else, with Push coming out and telling us this, and with him now taking the steps to make sure that—
Hey chat, when push comes to shove, alright. When push comes to shove, yo, I'm funny.
Kendrick Lamar can
Yo.
control of the industry. With this, the trio now of Pusha T, Kendrick Lamar, and Jay-Z, who is the one who's using his own brand to get this record out, started a beef and feud with the industry that no other artist has ever on this stage. And now from the labels itself like Def Jam and UMG, which owns it, to Drake, who was whining to make sure that this song never came out with all of his paperwork. Well, in a period of time where there have never been more questions about what rappers can say and do because of lawbreaking, and now with what Pusha T has
He called him who?
now know the labels are
Lawbreaking. Jeez Louise. Oh wow. Let's see. Pusha can barely contain his disgust, recounting how the stalemate with Def Jam played out. They wanted me to ask Kendrick to censor his verse, which of course I was never doing. Because what? He explains, and then they wanted me to take the record off, and so after a month of not doing it, because what? Steve Gawley, the lawyer over there, was like, we'll just drop the clips, but that can't work because I'm still there solo. But if you let us all go. So he just wanted to drop his brother.
trying to look out for themselves rather than the benefit of their own artists and their creative expression? Well, now as the curtain has been pulled, and with the combined effort of Push letting the people know about what's been happening, the way the industry treated the biggest rapper in the world in Kendrick Lamar, and now with Jay-Z getting involved to make sure that this record has all the support it needs to be heard properly. Well, with the stakes set with three of the most powerful people in all of hip-hop, well, we are now seeing a beef and feud unfold that is truly unlike anything else we have ever seen. Because in this era where the labels have gotten whatever they have wanted and they've been able to take away and suppress whatever they have desired, Well, now with Jay, Push, and Kendrick together, they are standing in the face of this industry-wide mess and are paving a path that all creatives are gonna need to support to win this thing going forward. And now, before we get any further into this, if you have not already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And seriously,
No.
as due to the stakes of the moves that we are seeing around how we get not just rap but all music in the future, we have really not seen something more important than this all year. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe so hip hop can see how the music industry just changed forever right now, and how Jay, Push, and Kendrick have something bigger than ever that they are going against. And now, with that said, when it comes to everything that we just found out in rap, there is really so much to unpack here and just make sense of. And the first thing over everything else that is
No, if you really think about it, Drake suing was probably the worst thing he could have did. Cause you got to think about it. That's going to be recounted forever. That's going to be remembered. That's not a small thing. Like, that is going to be a big thing. And people are, over time, I don't know how that's going to age. People are going to be like, he sued? Imagine people being like, yo, he sued? Like 100 years from now, people are like, Drake sued? Bro, I'll be like, yeah, he sued. So yeah, I think that's low key. Like, I don't think we should ever gloss over that. Like, he should have never sued. He should have never sued.
is now so clear about this situation is that despite Drake and the OVO community trying to push this false narrative due to their fake and pathetic outrage that Kendrick Lamar is this industry puppet who does what he says, and that Jay-Z, for that matter, is right within the same circle as Kendrick with UMG, and they all planned for Drake to get humiliated and then gave Kendrick the Super Bowl to solidify this downfall from Drake. Well, now with a beef and feud that is spanning not just rappers, but brands, and for a message and precedent that is bigger than just a competitive difference. Well, the first thing that we can see about this entire moment and
Day one.
is that first off, as Drake is the guy who is getting these Kendrick verses held back and the Clips album shelved, and who the label is silencing its own music for to help. Well, after all, it is Drake who is playing the industry games and who is using the labels to actually ruin the state of music itself and the way that we can understand expression. And now, beyond Drake being more aligned with the industry machine, even in the time that he has created the message.
Oh my gosh.
What is also so clear is that for the big names in this thing who are now letting the Clips album drop and who are letting everyone hear this Kendrick Lamar verse that the industry is clearly terrified of. Well, again, the people who are doing this are Jay-Z and Rock Nation, and after all of the narratives that
Jay-Z, what I'm really understanding is Jay-Z does not like Drake, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's like, well, duh, but like he's going out of his way to make sure, like, ain't no stone unturned. Like, we gotta get this dude up out of here. Like, it's crazy.
made from fake outrage about Jay being all in for UMG and whatever they wanted with the end of Drake and the support of Kendrick Lamar. Well, once again, we are finding out that Drake, OVO, and everybody around them have been more than wrong. Because with what Jay is doing by using Rock Nation to release a body of work that UMG did not want everyone to hear, is again straight up engaging in a beef with the people that they thought Drake was trying to win against, and at that, is doing it within a way that is way more respectable than Drake could ever even fathom. Because unlike Drake, who creates problems in the industry for personal pettiness and then causes verses and entire albums to not get released like what we have seen here, well, Jay is actually beefing with the people Drake wants you to believe he is against, as he is now standing in the face of the entire machine that runs music and how they wanted us to hear everything that was coming out this year, and is just telling them that you can't control hip-hop as an expression and art form and stop people from hearing a collab that is so important to the culture. But really, it's fitting that Jay is the one doing this because he's not just a rapper, but he is the guy who has taken everything so far that he has built something so big on his own that he is in a position where he can do this and use his tools for the best purposes, which is to make sure that everyone can hear what hip-hop has to say in the most authentic and therefore powerful way. And again, now from this...
But I don't like that, bro. I don't like that somebody could be that powerful that they could do that. You know what I'm saying? Same with Drake. Because imagine if it was roles reversed and Drake was Jay-Z but had the same Drake ideals. We would have been cooked. You know? That's why I don't like how some of these people... Rap needs like a union, bro. I don't like how some of these people have so much power that they could just stop your whole life. Like actually though. Like Lil Yachty is stopping Caribou's whole life by not letting her drop. Because now she can't get money from back catalog. I mean, she has, that's the only thing she's getting. Is money from back catalog, nothing new. She can't build her brand. Like that's kind of crazy. I don't like that, bro. Like one person have that much power over your
Super Bowl to the Clips album and this Kendrick verse specifically. I mean, when you see how many people try to make fake narratives up and outrage about Jay-Z for no reason, it really does start to make sense because in an industry based on following trends and not standing out, Jay is the first guy who is using what he has to do things that are making these labels very uncomfortable, and somebody like Drake just crash out more and more. And again, him being the one to step in and make sure that this is all getting out is so pivotal for so many reasons. And now as the label who Push and Clips were on is Def Jam, which is owned by UMG and was restructured under Republic Records, which is the label that Drake is on, well, in all honesty, to make this moment even more poetic, as Jay used to be the former head of Def Jam and gave the label its last great run. Seeing Jay and Roc Nation get out this album and help Push tell this story, which has never made Def Jam look worse and really is the final sign of their forever downfall. I mean, it is fitting in a way, and I hope that Hov raps about it the next time he gets in the booth. But now, beyond what Jay-Z is doing here and what it represents at the highest level, well, alongside them in this major play against the industry with both Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T, they are also playing such a big role to this as well because, again, in an industry where labels are used to getting whatever they want, and in all honesty, most rappers are so lazy these days that they don't even care to stand up for their own visions and will do whatever the labels tell them to. Both with the verse Kendrick made where he did not hold anything back so clearly, and with how Pusha T stood in the belief of his own work so much that it got him off a label roster. Really, these two MCs here are showing that it has never been more important to care about what you do and stand by your vision and work no matter what. And again, while this is now going to let them finally get out this song that everyone has wanted to hear for quite a while, in the greater picture of this all, what Kendrick...
Bro, watch, imagine the song Cheeks. Bro, imagine he left his old label, did all this, got all this, and the song sucks. Bro, I'll be sick.
...are about to be the faces of in the music world in a sense, is this idea and moment where we are seeing, both due to Drake and the industry, an effort to try and make hip-hop less authentic and take away the best ability that rappers have, which is of course what they can say with their own words. That no matter what the industry tries and what Law Bray wants to do, you cannot take away this ability from rappers and MCs everywhere. And really, with people like Kendrick and Push behind it all, it is so clear that MCs are willing to do and stand on anything they have to make sure that everyone knows that no matter what, this ability to rap and say what they want and create the most passionate art will not go away. And again, as this entire moment and everything against these artists is standing in the face of that, and that's why this moment is so pivotal. What we are seeing go down, while it was so shocking, the way it is turning out and with how people like Push, Kendrick, and Jay are standing up to everything, it is a great thing. And when we look at this entire moment from Clips, and of course then we see Malice and Pharrell and all of the other features and contributions alongside them, in the lineage of hip-hop, this record is really going to represent this greater message, which is going to stand up for the future of every MC to create the way they want, and it could really not have a better story, because now, due to the state of the industry and the example that they tried to make out of Clips for wanting to get Kendrick to say exactly what he wanted to on their record, with them moving through all their obstacles and with this record coming out, it is a moment that is going to scare the industry when it fully does drop, because they are going to learn more than ever that despite them wanting to ruin these visions and control the narratives and what happens, all to try and make their own interests run a little smoother, the industry cannot stop the passion and genuine art of an MC. And when everybody learns this, well, not just is Jay-Z and his influence never going to be greater, and Push and Kendrick will send a message that is so needed to the entire rap game, but the labels are going to be more scared than they ever have, because once again, we are seeing another moment where, due to their own failures and desire to help out losers like Drake who want to take away the ability for people to just rap freely, that no matter what they want in this era, they can't actually do this anymore, and they are losing more and more control in this era where artists have never been able to set the pace more, and rappers specifically at that are willing to put everything they have on the line to get their vision across. And now with this, while really the moments and news we have heard so far is just the beginning of this groundbreaking shift in hip-hop, as all three of these rappers continue to represent something that Drake and the industry despises, well, I know this was already a lot, but if you can believe it, things are only going to get a lot more genre-defining and pivotal as this rollout goes on, and as we find out the full truth about everything here. And so now, with all of this said, let me know, What do you think about this entire situation with Pusha T, this album, the
Nah, that was crazy. Finding out that Drake was actually silencing records and telling people, you know, telling people not to drop based off of how he feels about the song is insane. And then to turn around and then sue the label, knowing you was doing that, is even crazier. That's even crazier, chat. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what. It's like every time I try to defend my guy, he just does something stupid. Act more stupidly. Alright. I think we should record. Chat, that was the plan. Was we were supposed to record song. The song's already done. But I don't know. It's 10:44. Let's see.
Five times in a row, I seen you flip. Yeah, 5 times in a 5 times in a row, I seen you flip. Yeah, 5 times in a 5 times in a row.
I need to get turned. 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 I need to get turned.
Started at the crib, now she popping at the strip. We was at the crib, then she turned it into live. She just left Miami, she just got that booty lift. You better write a hit. Would you really hit? Taking all the trips. Five times in a row, I seen you flip. Yeah, 5 times in a.
I ain't had to ask her, knew exactly who you been. Did you call it bags up? You ain't doing all the extra. If I put to her that she gon' pull a fast one. 5 times in a row I seen you flip. 5 times in a 5 times in a row I seen you flip. 5 times in a 5 times in a row I seen you flip. 5 times in a 5 times in a row I seen you flip. 5 times in a we ain't coming from. Let it for your love. Where'd you hit your back? We ain't coming from. Yeah, that could be love. Give me hit your back. Better have the stripper moving out of blouse. I'ma have to tip her. Yes.
5 times in a row, I seen you flip. 5 times in a 5 times in a row.
Bro, I seen you flip. 5 times in a
5 times in a row, I seen you flip. Yeah, 5 times in a 5 times in a row, I seen you flip. 5 times in a.
Y'all don't know about that. Y'all actually never. I'm waiting for my thing to update. We might be cooked. We might be cooked. I might have to restart. Hold on. I hate this, Apollo. Man, with the dash, I'm maneuvering. Newer me. If your friends asking you to entertain, newer me. If your fans, you a tutor me. Supreme shorty out here looking like a lug, but I get your shit to I don't know what me. Yeah, I'm talking about so with me. Do with me. What you gonna do for me? I can't record. My gosh. No, I'm done. Number 8. I can't talk. I'm too busy. This my trap number. Another move, so it just what she thinks she used to me.
Hey.
So I can't record. I'm gonna have to restart my PC for it to work. This pissed me off. I picked the topic. I should have changed the topic. Dang, bro. I can't record. I can't record. I can't. I actually can't. And I was going to. Because look. I need this to work in order to record. I should have never bought this thing. Like, it won't open. I need this to open so I can change the auto tune setting. So I'm gonna have to restart in order for it to work, because it does this, and you gotta restart the PC. So there goes that. What's something else we could do? We've only been streaming for an hour and 28. The other thing we could do, what I was thinking about, is we could react. I just don't want to do that. I was gonna say we could react to Platinum Max's album, because I haven't really heard it. I just heard some stuff on TikTok, but like, I don't want to do that. Not because I don't mess with Max. It's just because I'm not gonna get. It's already late. I don't want to. You feel me? And I don't want to click farm just to get a clip, and then that messes up like stuff in the future. So what should I do? My whole plan. I'm gonna get off. Actually, let's just chill. Cause I kind of want to like, I don't know, let me just surf the webs. Why do people care about that? Joe Budden's doing music again. Yeah, bro, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to figure this shit out, bro. Hmm. Damn, I need to record, bro. I need to record, bro. Hi. Kinda that's what you do in a Total Drama Island, but with streamers. Amazing. Okay. Y'all guys that don't play Kendrick like this. I don't know why people don't play Kendrick, but this song is fire. Like, I feel like you need to have a specific community to get specific posts that are about a specific thing. It's Stay over. Now I officially hired a cameraman for Zyro streams. Nice. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Yo, bro. Okay. Oh, hell no. What the fuck? I mean, what the heck is going on? What am I seeing on Twitter?
No, 16 streams. That's 9 streams.
Oh my god.
Wait,
that's
what?
That's 9
What? No, 16 streams, $500,000. Look.
Bro, really? Oh, stream.
Yes, bro.
Let me put you on, bro.
Bring you in. Yeah, that's just the 16 streams.
Rich. You would show that on
You
stream?
showing? I don't give a.
Oh, alright, shit.
16, yeah. Streaming on there.
With that, I'll call you. How's it looking? Still on my way. Van decided to pull a flat tire early today. Isn't it late? If I don't start the death before, all right. If I just passed Wolfenburg yet? No, I don't know what that is. What? What the heck? I'm sorry, that's just so sad, bro. He said this kind of sexy. Ew.
Life. You know, I've never had lean in my life.
Don't do it.
I'm scared to try it.
It's too good. Don't do it.
Okay. Bro, I swear, like, I don't know, like, I need compelling content. Like, I need compelling content. Okay. Oh fuck. I mean, ooh, so she lesbian or what, bro? I just need to know.
One day, there'll be a sea in the sky for me. One day, I'll have a sea in
Yeah. What I expected. That's so underwhelming. Hey man, I'm about to just call it, cause my whole plan is kaput. She's so bad, bro. It makes no sense. The verified joint OnlyFans account for Kanye and Bianca was created today. Chat, what y'all think? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get off chat because I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. He knows what's real. He knows what's real.
I swear when I walk, bitch, I move like a boss. American pillows on the couch, 2 mil down on the house. Jackson, I gotta take this. That bitch know how to take dick. I like my
Why are you sending me this? I don't care.
She's so bad about a person. The rich I got, let's pay for.
I don't care what other people doing, bro.
I swear when I walk, bitch, I move like a boss. American pillows on the couch.
Showcase. Yeah, move this.
I gotta take this. That bitch know how to take dick. I like my bitch brown. She's so bad on the ground, but somehow she look better.
Yeah. We gotta get off. We gotta get off. Yep. That was it. That was it for me. That was it. That was it. Nope. 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 No. That was bad. But hey, bro, W stream back. I'm streaming every day from here on out. Like I said, we gotta really refine this. You know, I'm so excited to be back, bro. And you know, like I said, every time that I'm away, just know I'm actually trying to do other things. I'm trying to streamline this. I'm trying to streamline it, so it's a lot more efficient. It all starts with the music. Unfortunately, we couldn't record it because I'll have to end stream and then spark stream back up, and I don't want to do that. I have 2 streams, so we're gonna have to restart tomorrow. But yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie though. This is just the beginning, bro. I gotta start straight back from zero all over again. But at least I have a lot more knowledge than I did before when I did start from zero. But it sucks. We gotta rebuild this. We gotta rebuild it from ground zero. I barely cursed this stream. I definitely did, but a lot less than I expected. A lot less. I did a lot better than I thought I would. Appreciate everybody that came through, and you know, I'm gonna be honest. I'll see y'all boys. I ain't gonna lie. I'll see y'all boys. Player on me, player on 3, keep it P. You already know what it is. Appreciate all y'all boys. It's a new era. I'll see you tomorrow.